from the Single Malt Whisky Club, and Happy New Year. Wow, how fresh does it all look? And this month, we have 2 fantastic whiskies for you to get the new year underway with. Our Malt of the Month is a world premiere from the Firkin Whisky Company, and our optional extra for January is an unpeated Islay malt. Or is it? So let's get into them right away, shall we? Our Malt of the Month for January is none other than 50-year whisky industry veteran Mike Collings' own brand, the Firkin Whisky Company. Mike is the man behind so many of the world's most famous brands. This year sees Mike's 50th year in the whisky business, and I think you'll agree that that is an incredible achievement. Congratulations, Mike. Now, Mike's Firkin brand independently bottles Scottish whiskies, but with their own particular spin to them. This month, we're incredibly proud to feature the very first ever Dailuaine that Firkin has ever bottled. Bottled under the Firkin 49 banner and matured in their own signature hybrid casks, these are custom-made barrels made from alternating first fill bourbon and new virgin French oak staves, and then they're seasoned for 6 months with a mix of Oloroso and Amontillado sherries. Distilled in 2012, bottled last year, the result is a fantastic 10-year-old dramming experience. So here it is, the 2012 Dailuaine Firkin 49. Let's have a taste, shall we? There it is, lovely bright gold colour. On the nose, look, it's very fresh and herbal on the nose. There's newly cut grass, fresh orange juice, there's some flowering jasmine there. There's also a sweet element there that I'm sort of having trouble putting my finger on. Maybe toffee? The palate. Mm-hmm. Oh, yum. This is a superbly balanced spirit. Wonderfully oaky notes, drizzled over milk arrow bickies. There's a light fruitiness, just a hint of biscuit spices. Round, rich and sweet, but not overly sweet, with a lovely crispness to it as well. And the finish, the finish is long and satisfying, and there's a real peanut butter edge in there. There's also some Granny Smith apple juice pops in and out, and some mild white pepper notes swirl around those subtle fruity tones. And it's big on the palate, but it's not overwhelming or hot. It's just perfect, in fact. This latest offering from Mike and his Firkin whisky brand is very possibly the best Firkin I've tasted. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. Well done, Mr. Collings. Well done. Yum. Now, on to our optional extra for January. And this is one for our Islay fans. We are proud to present the Bunnahabhain Abhain Araig. I hope that's how it's pronounced. Abhain Araig. It means the river there. Produced especially for the 2022 Fairlea Festival. This festival, held annually in Islay, the Fairlea is a festival of Islay whisky, food and culture. And this whisky was especially created and released to celebrate this wonderful event. The Abhain Araig is a marriage of ex-bourbon and ex-Pedro Jimenez Octave casks. The ex-PX Octave casks have been hand-selected to really push the boundaries of sherry maturation and have certainly done their part in this bold and complex whisky. So let's have a taste of this wee cracker, shall we? There it is. Sort of an orangey gold, I guess. On the nose, For me, a delightful buttery note is the first impression of this whiskey, followed by dark chocolate, sweet spices, and an oaky backbone. There is certainly an element of peat to be found here, despite what the Bunny website says. It's not punching your lights out, but there are certainly subtle medicinal and salty notes on the nose there as well. On the palate, rich, oily, and instantly mouth-coatingly delicious. Just a slight white pepper develops early on, but then the fruit, it really kicks in. Raspberries, prunes, and sultanas. There's a bit of a malted choc milkshake quality there too. But again, subtle peaty notes. Iodine, slight mustiness, and there's a charcuterie savouriness there that pushes through the fruit. And the finish? It's big. And it's chewy, as any good Islay should be. And very, very satisfying. The fruits from the palate swirl around a real subtle saltiness with more chocolate and fruit popping in and out there. All of this is held up with a pleasant leathery note, and there's a distant campfire there somewhere reminding us of the provenance of this fine dram. This is a sumptuous whiskey, it really is, but it's slightly beguiling. The Bunny website claims this is unpeated, and well, it might be, but if there's no unpeated spirit has been used in this whiskey, it certainly has picked up some peaty qualities from somewhere. Perhaps a residue on the stills, probably the ex-bourbon casks, which have aged whiskey previously. That's probably more likely thinking about it. There is certainly some iodine or medicinal qualities here, and without a doubt there's a salty quality, both to the nose and the palate. And I'll be damned if I don't get some real, if subtle, smoke on the finish. It's no peat monster by any means. The peat qualities are subdued, but nonetheless they are present. And I, for one, am not complaining. So that's January. Our first offering for 2023. A world first from 50-year whiskey man Mike Collings and his Firkin Whisky Co. label. Our January malt of the month, the Firkin 49 Dailuaine 2012. And our optional extra, the Bunnahabhain Abhain Araig, I hope I pronounced that right, created especially for the 2022 Fayalise. Purported to be a non-peated whiskey, but in reality a subtle smoky sensation that really captures that Pedro Jimenez influence beautifully. As always, I'm nabbing both because that's how I roll, baby. Until next month, I'm Brad Wright. Slant your bar.